it's also been cool to talk to people from small towns. There have been some people from really small towns, and there have been some people from big cities. And for me in particular, it's been cool to talk to people from the East Coast and the East Side of the United States, because I know very little about that part of the country in particular. So no matter which part of the US you're more interested in, or if you're interested in the countryside or the big cities, you're going to learn a lot. And another thing that I've learned a lot about from these conversations is just different fields of work, different types of hobbies, different activities, because in each of these conversations, I've had the chance to talk to people about different topics. For example, one person I talked to is studying linguistics in university, and that was really interesting to learn about some of the different linguistic elements that he's studying in school, for example. And I talked to another person about music, and I talked to another person about medical school, and I talked to another person about jujitsu and about education, all these different interesting topics that I might not know anything about, or I might know a little, but not too much. And that's been really fun as well, to learn about some different fields, some different hobbies, things like that. And it's also been very interesting to talk to people with really different ideas, different perspectives, different opinions. A lot of the people that I've talked to so far have really different preferences when it comes to cities, or different areas of the US that they really like and other areas that they don't like. They have different opinions about different cultures and different languages, because I didn't mention this, but a lot of these people live in countries outside of the US currently. They are expats, as we would say. An expat is someone who no longer lives in their home country and they're living somewhere else now. So a lot of these people are expats. They live in places like Mexico or Poland or Thailand or different places like that. So that's also added another interesting element to these conversations, is that these people have a very broad perspective on life and culture, because they've lived in different places. By the way, the word broad just means wide. So they have a very broad or wide perspective, and it allows them to compare different cultures, different languages, and learn a lot about themselves and their own culture. And by the way, these are all Americans that I'm talking to. They're all native speakers, but some of them have chosen to move to other countries. So they're all native speakers, though. They're all Americans. So that's added a very interesting element to our conversations. And I think it's great to be able to talk to people that have different backgrounds and that have different situations now, that live in different places now. I think it really expands our perspective, and it helps us to learn from each other. So I really wanted to find different people with very different situations, living in different places, And so far, that's what I've done with the 10 conversations that I have recorded up until this point. Everyone has had a very different situation. So that's really helped keep things interesting, and every episode has been educational for me. And another really interesting thing that I've experienced up until this point is that a lot of these people who are native speakers, they speak differently from me, and they use different vocabulary. They use different local lingo from their cities. By the way, the word lingo just refers to words and phrases, vocabulary from a specific place or region. So they use some local lingo. They use some words that I'm not accustomed to using. And so you'll notice this if you listen to my conversations with them.